What next? Okay. So we're going to use our ship. Next, we're going to, I think I'm going to attempt to get this here. We're going to attempt to get this token because we're so close. So we're going to use our impulse of 3. Where was that at? I think I was right there. To go, oh, well, I guess maybe I was right there. 1, 2, 3. I can get there. That's the point. So then we're going to use an action, which would mean our movement would stop, although we've already used it all. So the only way to hold this relic would be to jettison some of our cargo. Of course, that is a minor action because we know that we get a fame point for that. So let's roll the d20, and we're looking for an 11 through 20 for a success. Anything less, and we'll probably be activating our shields to take less ice damage. And oh gosh, that's a 9. So we're gonna have to use one of our energies to activate our shields. So I'm gonna set that right there. Come on, high numbers. 6. Okay, cool. So that's 3 ice damage. Question is where to put it. Because I can't put it. Sorry. Let's do that. So I've got 2 here. And 1 more. Oh man. 3. It's gonna spread potentially. Alright. I really want that, so we're gonna do this again. We're gonna roll this again. 19. So we are successful. So what we do, oh, I did not show that. It's 19, so we're successful. So what we do is we take the top one of these, and then we have to put it somewhere on our ship. And I'll show you this. We are going to have to jettison these to make room. So 2 of those. So I'm going to take those off. I'm going to drop that right there. Okay. And I'm going to be jettisoning those in this space here. All right, so let's just remember that for a second. I'm going to set it off to the side until I move. Then we're going to use an energy to activate our movement with our engine, which is awesome. Boom. So you do something like that. It's 1. Another engine, and this is why I did not cover up spaces on the engine. I'm using the wrong dice. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to have to use 1 more energy to actually get me on the ship, onto the kiln, which is okay. Yeah, we'll just go, we don't have any embers, so we'll just go right there. And on docking, we have to roll a d6 for its movement. Oops. 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it's right there. And we will take the sift action. That again does not cost an energy. So we'll sift it. Ooh, I almost grabbed the wrong thing. So we're going to look at what we have, and we have 1 fame point or 3,000 credits. Ooh, that's a tough one. And here's why that's a tough one, because with 3,000 credits, we need 5,000 credits to get to the next ship up, right? So just 2 more thousand credits, and if we could find a place to sell that Terra or that Holo, we'd be really close to having that. We would have a ship and still have that fame point. We're going to go ahead and take the fame point. I think that's going to be the best move for us. So we took the fame point, and there's really nothing else that I can do, I feel like, at this location. Really even, oopsie, sorry about that, really even for my turn. Yeah, I'm thinking that we're just going to take and we're going to end our turn. So, what we'll do is we will take and we're going to end our turn. So, because again, we are on the kiln, as you can see up here, we're going to get to move all of our markers to armed. We're going to get to completely. I'm moving those, by the way, to that space. Move the ice off. Now, it's important to note that I'm not moving the damage off. Only moving the ice off. The ice essentially melted. Damage stays on there because I don't have the credits to pay to remove it. If I had 1,000 credits, right, I could pay to remove all that damage, right? But because I don't, the damage persists. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's that's a trade-off. I could take the credits, but in historically, the couple times, 3 times I've played this, I've gotten way behind on the fame track because I kept taking credits, and I would never get them fast enough to be able to buy a spot or to do the things that I needed to do that would help me to get better stuff, to get more places, to get more credits. So I'm kind of a little bit leery of that. So I'm going to take the fame points when I can get them. Although 3 credits is a lot of credits. So now we do system expanse. Well, we have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. So we don't have a choice. We have to put it here. So we're going to draw this, and we have 3 symbols. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the orientation. So we're going to orient it on that square. And what do we get? There's no, that's Kemplar 2. This is bad, guys. This is very, very bad. Here's why this is bad. Because 2 things happen. So the first thing that happens is 2 NPCs come out. Not only does the merchant come out, but the enforcer also comes out. So the enforcer shows up, and he goes on the spawn space there. All right. And then the merchant will come out because the merchant that's the second location on the merchant's card. So we have Doran here, Kemplar 2. Which means until we find another route for the merchant, he's going to basically travel between these 2 planets, most likely with his behavior, and just be racking up some serious fame points. I was afraid that was going to happen. That's a risk I took. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. That is... Wow. Okay. Well, it is what it is. So here's what we're going to do, right? So the way this works is each NPC, enforcer, the outlaw, the merchant, has 2 cards, 2 behavior cards. There's a top and a bottom. So we're going to randomly roll for each of these, the merchant and the big game hunter. And we're going to see what their behavior is going to be. So let's set these right here. So card 1 through 3, 4 through 6. This is for the enforcer. It's a 2, so it's going to be this card. So it's either going to be diligent or corrupt. Diligent looks for whoever's got the most bounty and tries to attack them. Corrupt, the player, if they become an outlaw, and basically you can pay them off to not attack you. Okay, so the good news is if we go with, if we go with either of these, target, player, if outlaw, we want diligent, right? Because he's going to go for anything with the most bounty, anything that's an outlaw, which would also include the scoundrel NPC. All right. So 1 through 3, diligent. 4 through 6, corrupt. 1 through 3, diligent. Excellent. So we now place that here with the enforcer card, and that's going to sit down here. So the bottom line now is he's going to move to the target. He's going to attack, and then he's basically going to move and attack again if he hasn't there. So he can potentially move up to twice to get to his target. Is what's going to happen. The merchant. Now I have to do the same thing for the merchant. Again, there's 4 things. 1 through 3, 4 through 6. All right. So we have either investor or market manipulator. 1 through 3, 4 through 6. He's an investor. So he goes to the sell space, and wow. Basically, he's going to go from sell space to sell space. And he's going to earn a bunch of credits. And once he has 5,000 credits, he's going to spend it and get an immediate fame point for the NPC. So, wow, this is going to be tough because this potentially, I mean, he could have a ton of credits on him, right? Which is going to be awesome. But the enforcer is going to go against anybody with an outlaw status. And if there are more than one of us, so in other words, if we become an outlaw, and it's actually possible for a merchant to become an outlaw, but that doesn't happen very often, but it is possible, then he'll be coming after us, but we're going to get a ton of money. So, yep, that's going to happen. All right, so the merchant is an investor. So we're going to put that here. That enforcer came out first, then the investor. Scoundrel has not come out. And we're going to get rid of this other card here, put it back in our holder there. Wow. Interesting stuff. All because of the system expanse. Man. Part of the solo is if there's any cubes left on the map, so like if you jettison something and don't pick it up during your turn, that's going to count against you, because if you look at the bottom here, you see +2 for each cube and then a money symbol, right? +2 for each fame point that is behind, and then it says +X for merchant. The merchant card will tell you how that works. It's not going to affect us because of the particular investor card we got for the merchant, but there are things it will buy and sell on planets and affect the economy board. But at any rate, so these 2 cubes actually come off. Okay. They go away completely. And that's +2 for each cube, which means we now roll this die and add 4. We get a 2, which is really good because 2 + 4 is 6, and that's only 1 fame point. That could have been much worse. And having said that, the enforcer has come out over here, and he is looking for anybody with a bounty, and the investor will start moving around this turn, or not this turn. Well, actually, yes, he will. We did not put him on That's right. That's right. We forgot to put him on, didn't we? It was here, and he's going towards the cell space, so I'm just going to assume he starts on the cell space. There. All right, cool. We're going to go with that. Hopefully that's correct. So, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? It's very easy. We're going to go. So, we're going to go ahead and use... so, what we're going to do is we are going to, I think... We can sell holo up here. So I'm kind of thinking maybe let's go up there. Or we could just go back here and try to excavate again, I suppose. Because we do need a couple more exploration tokens. But at the same time, we've got like one there that's free, that's easy. One there that's free, that's easy. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to... use our engine. So there's our engine. And we're going to go back to the table. So we've used our engine. Now we're going to roll our die. Also, and I don't think I mentioned this in the first video, in the setup video I had said that I was going to use roll the highest for the engine and then roll another one. And I ended up opting out of that. I don't think I made that clear. So let's see what we get movement-wise. Ooh, nice movement, 6. So we're going to exit. Where do we want to exit here? I'm thinking maybe go up this route. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or should I go? Let's see. Let's see if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not really going to make much of a difference. Go there. We're going to do the same thing again. Fire up the laser. Fire up the engines. All right, we got a 7. Awesome. So we're going to go 1, and we're going to be collecting one of these as a minor action, I believe. So we got, oh no, Captain in Need. Okay, so how does this work? And let's go ahead and tick down. We want 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 left, just so we remember. So Captain in Need, we draw a mission card. We look at the where we're trying to go. Target player on your left. So we're going to fly to any mission space in any dead world. So we can actually go here. Now, that does mean, because we can only have one mission, that we would have to discard this, which is unfortunate, but I'm okay with that because this is going to get us a lot of credits, which is good. But this is going to give us a fame point and 1,000 credits, and I really could use that fame point. So I'm going to discard this mission to the bottom of the mission deck because there's no way I'm ever making it through all those missions in a single game. And I'm going to take this token, put it on our ship down here. So we have that. And if we get another one of those, which hopefully we will be able to get another fame point. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and finish my movement to here. So that's 6 more left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We have an impulse of 3, so we'll go ahead and use our impulse to get to over here. And let's remember that we've already done that there, so we'll put that to mark that. And we will once again pull out of the bag. Let's see what we get. Get something good. Terra. Oh, wow, really? Okay, so we got a Terra Cube. So grab one of those out of the supply. Put that into our cargo hold. Alright, we'll look at that in a minute. And let's go ahead and I almost hate to, I don't want to say waste, but it's not really a waste, I suppose. Go ahead and fire up the engine. Go ahead and roll. We're going to go 4. Now, I think what I can't do that. Oh, wait, we got to turn these in. I almost forgot that. Oopsie. So we've got 2 of these tokens. So now, as part of the solo play, we can turn those in. So the question is, do we want to turn it in for fame points? Or do we want to turn it in for cash? You know, the cash would be good. We could fix our ship. So we really don't have any room for much. Right? But a fame point would be nice to at least catch up. So, of course, now I'm kind of almost regretting, because if we'd have taken the 3,000 credits here, and if we went ahead and took the 2,000 credits now, we could actually upgrade our ship. Okay. Well, either way, we're going to use that movement. Whoopsie. 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll go 4. Okay. Actually, no, wait, hold on. We're going to go 3. Just so that we don't have to spend that. We're going to go ahead and take the fame point for that. Go ahead and go there just so that we can stay on the planet. And that means, even though we can't fix anything, I don't have an impulse. I don't really have anything else that I can actually do. So I'm going to go ahead and end the turn. So that means that we can be fully armed. Our energy would be full. We would refresh our ability. We didn't get to use, so cool. So that takes care of the player turn. So now we do system expanse, and we can pretty much choose wherever we want. I'm going to choose over here, because what I don't want to happen is additional planets, like for the merchant, to come out and be super close to each other. So we're going to expand over here, and we're going to orient it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So either the Y or the arrow, and it's going to be on the Y. We draw the next tile. Okay, and that's Loath. And we're orienting on the Y. So it's going to go just like this. Alright, so now what happens is our next NPC comes out. So the scoundrel will come out. Okay. Boom. And the scoundrel, this is that one thing that the screw messed up. He spawns with a 2,000 credit bounty. Alright, so here's his bounty. He spawns on the spawn point on Loath. Now, what we have to do is we have to pull his... These the scoundrels, yes. His scoundrel cards. and we have to determine what his behavior is going to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be one of these. So it's either going to be a bully, if we're tier 1 or 2, or an opportunist. Basically, he's going to try to destroy us if we have cargo or we're damaged. So not really good for us either way. But fortunately, remember the enforcer is going with Outlaw with the most bounty. He goes with the player if there's a tie, but that's going to have 2. Okay, so that's going to be okay. So we'll roll. Bully is 1 through 3, 4 through 6 for opportunist. So he's going to be a bully. So he, the scoundrel, is going to focus on us. Lovely. Just what I always wanted. All right. So, and we're going to take his 2,000 credits. We're going to drop that onto his card. You can't see that, but it's there. And that is the end of player's turn. System expanse. So now we go to the NPC turns. So we're going to start, and we do it in the order that they appeared. So we start with the enforcer. His target is the outlaw with the most bounty, and that of course is the scoundrel because there is no other bounty. So he is going to move to the target, and we're going to look at the NPC stats card, and we're going to look at his move. We see that the enforcer's move is 6. So he's going to take an open route. He is going to avoid any of the solid lines, any asteroids, anything like that, nebulas, etc., etc. If there was no way for him to get to his target, then there's a series of steps where he will pass through things if he has to. But if he does not have to, even if it's a much longer route, that's the route he'll take. Fortunately for us, it's a pretty straight shot. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then it says, let me just show you his card here. Should be doing that. Not bad. Move to target. If in range, attack. His attack is a missile. All right. So the interesting things with missiles, they're a little bit different. Blasters are you have to be adjacent. Missiles in combat, they have to be within 2 to 6 spaces. He's within 2 to 6 spaces of the scoundrel, and it has to have line of sight. Okay. So how do we determine line of sight? If you look in the rule book, there's a section on combat, and line of sight. It's if a ship is within line of sight, if a straight line can be drawn from the center of the attacking ship to the center of the target ship without crossing through an impenetrable border, but they cannot go through a space that hasn't been explored. Okay, and then also one of the cool things that they did with Embers of the Forsaken Star is there's a really cool, like they had in the original rule book, they put the expanded stuff here, so you can see what types of things block line of sight. Okay, and so we're going to look, and I'm going to have to take. This is where I wish I had one of those lasers that I could just like make a straight line from center to center. Oops. It's the easiest way I know to do it. From center to center. I think that's going to make it. Could be wrong, but I think that's going to make it. Oh, and there it was here. So he's going to shoot his blaster, his missile, sorry. He's got a 1d12 missile. And the shield, if we look here on, again, the NPC card, the shield for the scoundrel is a d6. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll these at the same time. So, wow. Whew. So we got a 12 hit and a 6 defense, which means the scoundrel's going to take 6 damage. So I'm going to put that 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just put these up here where we can sort of see what's going on. Okay. Boop-a-doop-boop-boo. And here is the bounty. All right. So scoundrel's going to get 3, 4, 5, 6. So then the enforcer, so that's the first step. So the card says move to target, if in range, attack, and then it says to repeat steps 1 through 2 again. And the wording is a little bit misleading in that it says move to target, so you would think, well, he should move his full 6 and get right next to the scoundrel. But then he wouldn't be able to fire his missile. That's not what it means, and it's clarified in the solo rules. Move to target means that he moves as close, he gets to within range of being able to take his next action. So in the interest of, in case there was any question about his previous move in line of sight, I'm going to move him 1. Just to be sure. I think the other one was fine, but we'll move him 1. And then we're going to do the same thing again. Now, if the scoundrel takes 4 points of damage, then he's going to be destroyed, which is going to be good for us. So let's roll it and see what we get. So that's 9 damage and 6 on the scoundrel shield, so he takes 3. Wow. 1, 2, 3. So he's very close. He just barely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. He almost didn't make it. That was close. Wow. So that was the enforcer's turn. And I'm not going to be able to pick up these cards. So I just wanted you to see how that worked. I probably won't put those out there again like that, but I just wanted you to know how those work. So we're going to move those back over here to the side. Very carefully. Oh, that was close. Almost lost it. Move this back over. Okay. So we're done with that. Merchant. Merchant is going to move to target, and it's going to be the cell space on the next planet. So what I'm looking at is I'm currently on Templar 2. So is Neo Damascus out? No. Is Lunari out? No. Is Dorian out? Yes. So his target is going to be the cell space, which is this space right here. All right. And on his card, what I'm going to do to track that is I'm going to put a little crystal there and then move it to the next planet. Because if a planet comes out during scanning, it doesn't alter his course immediately. It will only come into play after he has completed that trip that he's currently on. Okay. So again, let's refer to the NPC stats. Merchant move is 9. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's definitely going to make it this next turn over there. So that takes care of him. It says move to his orders say move to target. If arrived, then we roll some money, and then we basically spend money up to 5,000 credits to get a fame. He has not arrived. So that's it for him. The scoundrel. He's a bully. So we are tier 1 or 2, so he's going to move to target. And again, his movement is 6, so he's going to move to get to us as efficiently as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And they do ignore these, if I understand correctly, they do ignore those movement tracks, okay? NPCs do, which does make them a little bit more of a challenge because they don't have to worry about moving around as much as we do. But yeah, it is what it is. That's okay. So his card says he moves. If in range, attack. If no damage dealt, attack again. So he doesn't move again. It doesn't say to repeat anything. So he stays there. And remember, he has to be adjacent in order to do anything. So, bing, bang, boom. That's where we're at. And I think we're going to be in good shape because, just thinking about the next round, I think we'll be able to get down to here to get the fame point. Or excuse me, to get the fame point and the 1,000 credits, which is great. The merchant's going to get over here. We're going to have to expand over here, so hopefully we can get something useful over there. But the merchant's going to get some credits and hopefully have some credits on them. And I'm thinking I may have to take those credits. And it's going to be very lucrative. I'm not going to lose any fame or anything for being destroyed, so I'm not too worried about that. But those credits are definitely going to come in handy because yeah, I think they're going to come in handy. And I just realized that once again, I forgot to put. So that's taking some time to get used to. All right, so that's the NPC turns. And what, by the way, what we will do is when these are destroyed, NPCs destroyed, we will go through the process of putting in the cards, right, their other cards, and we'll basically do the full selection process again whenever they spawn, just like they're being spawned for the first time. So, the last step is the end of the round where the NPCs gain fame. So we're going to roll the d20 and see how much they gain. 1. Let's see here. Let's make sure there's no additions. I'm hoping that's the case. We didn't have any cubes or money that's over here on the economy board. They're not behind us. The merchant hasn't done anything. So with a 1, if you look, 1 to 3, that's a 0. That's what we like. That's amazing. Whew, we may have a chance, folks. We may have a chance.